Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'll start it off. Uh, Obviously, exciting day for me and my family and everyone. And I'll start it off, I guess, by thanking them, thanking my family and my friends and my beautiful fiance, Kristen, for being the rock and foundation in my life and helping me keep good perspective and knowing what matters in life. And just being there for me through all the dark times. I'd like to thank obviously Sheila and Rod and Mike Disner for being a big part of this whole thing now too, and then on to Brad for believing in me from the beginning. He was there with me in LA. Obviously, you guys know that whole story, and then bringing me over here and believing in me like the way he has meant the world. Dan in the same way. The amount of love that he's poured into me and being the coach he has to me has meant the world. Ben Johnson in the same way, the relationship we have and what he's meant to me in the last 3 years is hard to overstate, and I'm very thankful for both those guys. Coach Brunell, everything he's meant to me as well, and being my quarterback coach, keeping me steady and on the daily, and being there for me when I need him to be, and he's been amazing. And then, yeah, obviously all the other coaches. And lastly, my teammates and what they've meant to me and the sacrifices they've made and the successes we've been able to have, the fun we've been able to have, the times, the memories we've made has been amazing. And it's only going to continue to go from here. And I'm very thankful for them. And then, again, lastly, it would be the fans and everything they've meant to me and the support they've shown. And they're a big reason why I'm able to stand here today in front of you guys and be here. So yeah, thank you to everyone and all those people I named, and thank you to you guys for pushing me a little bit. So
congratulations on being able to afford your wedding.
thank you.
I'm curious, I know you let your agent handle most of this, but what was the most important thing or things for you in this negotiation process to getting this deal done?
It was mostly security. I think you can go back and forth on the numbers and whatnot, and that wasn't really the thing that was ever something I was extremely concerned with. It was the security and the no trade clause and all that stuff, knowing that all that was in there, and feeling secure, and then knowing that I can now put that behind me and be excited about what's to come.
Thank you. But you hit on this a little bit when you were just saying, I know you've talked about this before, but you just expand a little bit more on what the belief of Dan and Brad, the organization, is. A lot of times people look at athletes and they got everything, and now what does it matter? But how does that help bring out the best in the player?
Yeah, it's truly being a coach is what it is. It's in the simplest way. It's coaching me, and not only in the X's and O's on the field, but in the moments in between, and just me being a sponge, and I've always been a guy that wants to be coached, and I think when you're around coaches that want to coach, and it's a good chemistry. So those guys have just poured into me what they know, and I think Dan has been as instrumental to my career as anybody, and I'd say the same about Ben and Brew, and they've all believed in me, and when they necessarily didn't have to, and it's been good.
Can you just elaborate a little bit more? I know, last time you signed an extension, you did get burned with the trade. You asked for a no trade clause. Is there any restrictions, limitations on that, or is it you have full control over your future?
It's the same no trade clause every other quarterback signs nowadays, so it just allows that security.
You said before that horrible thing, or the tough moment when you got traded, team moved on from you, turned out to be the greatest thing that happened to you.
Yeah.
I assume this sort of seals the greatest thing that ever happened to you.
No, I see where you're going. I see where you're going. Yeah, it's a good I guess chapter closing of the last 3 years, if you want to say. But now I'm more driven and more fired up than ever to go even harder and put the pedal to the metal even more to bring a Super Bowl to this city, and that's what's most important. And one day I won't be the quarterback here, and being able to look back on those days that I am and that I was with no regrets, and knowing I did everything I could to try to make that happen. And obviously, there's a lot of work to do, but if we're able to do that, that would be the ultimate goal.
I don't imagine that the money changes you, because you've had them, but it might change outside perceptions. Oh, he's the second highest paid quarterback. Do you feel that, not fear it, but expect that the outside view to change of you?
I don't know. I don't know or care, I guess, and have zero control over it. So if it does go for the better, great. If it goes for the worse, great. I think in our profession, one week you're the greatest, the next week you stink, and that goes yearly too. One year you're the greatest, the next year you stink, and then you got to deal the whole off season as being a crappy player. So, but it's never true. Either way, it's never true. So you just stay the line and ignore the noise and be the same guy I've been.
How do you maintain that? You talk about keeping it and maintaining that drive. What are things that you could use different things in the past to mentally psych yourself up, but now, how do you find that shit?
Those things are still there, absolutely. I think all this does is give me the security of knowing where I'm going to be, but those things won't ever die. And but yeah, I mean, there will be things that will come, I'm sure, this year that can add to that chip and continue to drive me. But I'm very internally motivated too. I want to win a Super Bowl. I want to leave a legacy, and I have a lot of personal goals, but I think most importantly it is hosting that Lombardi.
You make a big deal about you in California experiences and everything, but how crazy is Detroit being the spot though, man? How big has Detroit played in just growing you up as well?
Yeah, it's been tremendous, obviously. And I said this a minute ago upstairs, but the reward of the contract and like the success we've been able to have has been awesome. But the journey itself of these past 3 years has been the true success and the true meaning of success, I guess. Obviously the wins and whatnot and getting the contract are amazing, but being able to go through that together with my teammates and with my family and go through the dark times and grow through those times and learn more about yourself and work on yourself. That's the win in all of this. And I'm happy to be able to stand in front of you and be your quarterback for a lot longer, but this city's meant a lot to me.
You come to appreciate that more, like the journey of it, than maybe you would have
Yeah.
in your career?
Yeah, sure, certainly. It's easy to say here, standing here today, to say that, but I think that's really what matters, and that's what you'll remember. The days like today that are fun and rewarding are cool, but the days in training camp and today and in the middle of OTAs are the days that are really important and that you'll always remember.
I want to reframe Wojo's question just about expectations that come with contract amounts. It's not new to you. Expectations came as being a number 1 draft pick. You signed a big extension. Expectations came with that. Did you learn anything from a young player? Always trying to be consistent, just on not letting the expectations influence your style of play that you can apply to now?
Yeah, I think I play my best when I'm being doubted. So like continue to find maybe fabricate ways where you're being doubted if you're not, but that's part of the answer. And it's also that just the internal motivation to want to win for this city and for my teammates and for our coaches. And going off a little bit what Erica asked, like this city just means so much to me now and will hold a special place in my heart forever, that there isn't like any as much external motivators as there is internal of I just want to win for them and I want to win for these fans and I want them to be able to experience the success that we've had this past year and a half or whatever it is and just continue to do that.
Do you have any goal on how long you want to play? You want to look like Rodgers or, guys that play in their 40s, whatever, or you don't think about that now? You just pretty much going day to day, year to year?
I think about it. I don't know if I have an answer for you, but I do think about it. I wish I could give you a better answer than that, but I don't know.
Was there a moment when you first felt appreciated and embraced by Detroit? Because the embrace didn't happen right away. Was there a moment or a game or a situation
I think from a fan perspective, we got what we deserved for the majority of the last 3 years. And when we were bad, they let us know. And when we were good, they let us know. So uh, when we got embraced was when we started playing well. And that's not, not to be expected. But yeah, sometime in that 2022 year, I think probably like that Bills game at home at Thanksgiving game, when I really could feel like, all right, this is different now with the city and the fans and how much they care and they believe in us and we believe in ourselves. And from that moment on, I don't know what our record is, but I'm sure it's pretty good. And yeah, it's that's probably when I realized that they like what we're doing.
Jared, the schedule has been released. I'm wondering if you had a chance to kind of look it over and your thoughts on also opening the season Sunday Night Football against the Rams.
Yeah, I wonder if there'll be a storyline again. I don't know. Yeah, schedule looks good. It'll be fun to play in front of a national audience again on the first game of the year. Again, it'll be the same questions, the same story again. You guys can probably it wasn't that long ago. You can probably just write the same stories again if you want. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be, I'm sure, a playoff atmosphere, and it'll be good.
What did it mean to you that both Penn and the Monroe were also extended?
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is, and I think, for both of them, it's amazing. Panay was a first-round pick and has proven his worth in the way he has, and has been a rock for us on offense and a rock for me as in protection and such a great leader and everything. And then Saint kind of proven a lot of people wrong as a fourth-round pick and coming out and being the player he's been and earning his extension just as well. It's awesome. It really is for me as I feel like an older guy now to see these younger guys kind of come up and experience what I once did experience as a younger player and be able to see it from a larger perspective now is really cool for me, and I couldn't be happier for those guys.
Jared, you mentioned the bigger picture, just same topic. Is there a bigger picture meaning to that too, like when players see an organization take care of their guys?
Yeah, I think so. I think that is important. I think the Lions, they recognize that upstairs and know that we have 3 players that were due for a new deal and took care of them. And I think that potential free agents see that, and potential draft picks in the future see that, and then know that if you play well, you are taken care of. And us 3 are 3 guys that are very motivated and driven to win a Super Bowl. And it's not just us 3 though. There's 53 guys and 11 guys on offense on every snap, and we plan to do our part. But it's fun to be able to know I'll be able to play with those guys for quite a bit longer.
Jared, you mentioned the dark time, and I just wonder, when the team wasn't winning, when people were questioning you or doubting you, was there ever a moment where doubt seeped into your mind about maybe this day wouldn't come?
Yeah, was so far away then. Like I was just trying to win the next game at that point, and I think it was so hard to predict the future on what would happen, and that's what you fight. But every day I was just trying to be better than the day before, and I think that compounds itself eventually into the success that we've had on the football field. And but yeah, it was never easy, and it was always a fight and a battle to try not to look into the future and predict what's going to happen. But that was what I tried to pride myself in, was being consistent and being the same guy every day.
This is the second it's been mentioned, like contract extension that you've signed in the league. Because of what you went through to get to this point the second time, is there a little more pride, a little more satisfaction?
Absolutely, a lot more. And doing it in a place like this that the fans are so passionate and care so much, and how honored I am to be their quarterback and be their leader, and play for Dan and play for Ben and Brew and all the other coaches and play with these teammates. It is really special for me, and it's something that I'll remember forever.
Even after the season ended, the Jared Goff chants continued in all sorts of venues. Did that, even after the season ended, hit you in the feels, so to speak? And what do you think of that?
Yeah, it's been wild. Obviously, like I get those clips sent to me quite a bit. It's very cool. It is, and it's something that I won't experience ever again in the fashion that I did last year in the playoffs. So yeah, it's very cool and something that I'll cherish forever. But yeah, has been crazy and cool to see.
Was that a strange voice that you got a clip from?
Yeah, they did like the supermarket or something. Yeah.
you're living in it, so I don't know if you're able to pull yourself out and appreciate like the continuity you're
Yeah.
experiencing here.
It's very rare. It really is, and it's a good point that even having a head coach, OC, quarterback coach for me for 3 years, that's so rare. In LA, it was every year we seem to have a new quarterback coach, and here we've had the same guy for 3 years, and like you mentioned, the players being the same. Yeah, it's very rare, and I think it does compound itself again and show in the way that we're able to play together and work together and know each other, and yeah, it's been fun to do that with everyone, the continuity like you mentioned. And I think I'll leave it with this, that like all that's awesome and great, but if we don't go and achieve our ultimate goal with all the things that we've done to set ourselves up for that, it's not what we want. So the ultimate success is winning the Super Bowl, and myself, Saint, Panay, Decker, Frank, all these guys, that's all we're looking at is trying to win a Super Bowl and bring it to the city. Thank you guys. Thank you.